Our next guest has over 34 years of experience as an attorney with a focus on elder law and estate planning. Mindy Felinton has also received the Client's Choice Award from AVVO, the largest online resource for expert legal advice. She's here today to tell us about the issues facing our aging population as it regards to their estate. So welcome, Mindy. Thanks for coming on board.
Thanks for allowing me to be here today.
So now we're talking estate planning, and what do you see as one of the most important issues facing our aging population today?
The concern about how they're going to pay for their care when they can no longer live at home.
Yeah.
We're working with families every day who are confronting these situations. For example, we met with a family last Monday who has a mom who just had a stroke and was in rehab and can't go home. And so they're concerned about how they're going to pay that nursing home bill.
Right. And how do you plan ahead for that? I know my parents, my dad has received some coverage or is eligible for coverage, but my mom is not. So now there's the concern of, well, what happens if something happens to one parent or elderly person before the other?
Well, we work with families, again, where there's a situation where it's a married couple, like your parents, obviously, and we're addressing the needs for the parent who's in the nursing home and still making sure that for example, your dad at home is going to be living a lifestyle that he's used to living. So we, as elder law attorneys, will help families to protect those hard-earned assets and get the parent in the nursing home's care paid for by Medicaid.
Right. That was my next question. What is the difference between Medicaid and Medicare? And how do you guys help, define the difference and tell what do we need?
Yes, great.
Which elderly couple needs what?
Sure. There's so much misunderstanding about the differences between those two. So Medicare is really health insurance.
Okay.
It doesn't pay for the nursing home for long-term care. Medicaid is a government program. It's a federal program, although every state administers it differently. And Medicaid will actually pay for the nursing home once the person becomes eligible. And there's basically 3 requirements for someone to have Medicaid pay their nursing home bill.
Okay, and what are those? So,
for example, in Maryland, the person in the nursing home has to medically need to live in the nursing home. They can't just say, I want to go live there. So medically, they need to live there.
Now, let's define medically, because, you may have someone that has a stroke that can get around maybe with a walker or is able to kind of do things on their own, but still not stable enough, like their fall risk. I think that's what hospitals call them. Does that qualify?
They need skilled care. So if they need skilled nursing care to help them to do activities of daily living, for example, that would define them to be medically necessary. To live in the nursing home.
And then what are the other 2 reasons?
The other 2 eligibility requirements is the second one is an income requirement. So the person in the nursing home, for example, in your parents' situation, they only would look at your mom's income, not your dad's income. So that has to be less than the nursing home cost.
All right, that's okay. Good to know. Now, you recently visited France and the Normandy, the beaches of Normandy.
Yes.
Do you have a story to share there?
Oh, it was fabulous. Yes, I also am an accredited attorney with the Veterans Administration, and I'm helping lots of families to get veterans benefits that are available that people aren't aware of.
Right.
So it was very compelling to visit Normandy to kind of experience as best that one can World War II and D-Day. And my dad, of course, served in World War II and was stationed in Italy, and it was just really compelling and great to know that these are people who served our country, and I'm helping them.
And how can they reach out to you to get more assistance and guidance?
Well, they can contact my office, which I can give the phone number.
Sure, or the website, either one.
And we have a website, felintonelderlaw.com, and we have workshops where they can come for free to learn more about what the benefits are that are available to help pay for that long-term care.
And when should you start thinking about this and start planning?
Great question.
Yeah.
I tell people, no time like the present, because so often we're seeing crisis situations when people can't sign documents. They don't have the physical or mental ability to do that. And you never know about life. It's the proverbial, I could get hit by a bus and now I'm disabled and oops, it's too late.
Okay. And we don't want it to be too late. So the sooner the better to start thinking about these kinds of things and getting yourself prepared for the future.
Absolutely.
All right, Mindy Felinton, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
We
Happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, stick with us. We'll have more with Let's Talk Live coming up after the break. And don't forget to check out our website because we do post behind-the-scenes photos.